Medal of Honor is a reboot of the Medal of Honor franchise, in case you couldn't tell. Some bird-brained individual thought it would be a good idea to make it modern. I mean, I don't expect it to go back to World War II, but you know, Vietnam is a thing that exists. I recently played this game just for shits and giggles, and oh boy, is this game a fucking gold mine. So let's begin! The game starts with almost 3.5 minutes with trucks before you finally get into the action. Seriously. What a great start. Even when you get a weapon, you'll find out it's not much better. The sound quality is like that of a fucking nail gun. The animation quality is stiff and robotic, and aiming down the sights is snappy. I mean, seriously, what the fuck is this? Also be prepared, whenever there's a goddamn door, you or someone in your squad is gonna take their goddamn precious time breaching the fucking thing. And this shit happens almost every time there's a door. You're in a slum in bumfuck middle of nowhere with a fellow member named Voodoo. I wonder if he's the one that's so far away when he feels the snake bite into his veins. Early into the level, you'll meet up with your other squad mates, Mother and Preacher. You're here to find some guy whose name I forgot with some information or some shit, I don't know really. Truth be told, the story ain't anything to write home about. At this point, the level is basically room breaching simulator. Whip out your shotgun and have at it. Remember what I said about the animations? Pick up an AK and you'll see what I mean. When you go to flank the MG nest, you unfortunately suffer the game's extremely ridiculous scripted events that, in my opinion, are far worse than any trash that Call of Duty has. I mean, I like how the rooftop caves in, but the next floor doesn't. After a while, you'll find the droid you're supposed to be looking for, only to find out it was a trap. The level is more corridors and rooms and shit until the very end where you find a Dragunov with fuck tons of ammo and it sounds like a 50 cal sniper rifle. The beginning of the level is a turret section, with a PKM whose hipfire spray is more accurate than aiming down the sights. Thankfully, the turret section doesn't last as long, with it only being about 2.5 minutes. Once you get on the ground, your other weapon is a Mark 14, whose ACOG makes aiming down the sights a nausea-fueled chore. And a reload animation that's just as hilarious. You get fuck all ammo for the Mark 14, but have ammo to last for the entire level for the PKM. About halfway into the level, you'll be in a hangar. All of the sounds changes to be more bassy and echoey, as if you're actually in a hangar. I just brought it up because I thought it was a nice touch, and probably the only other good thing about the game. Another thing that I do like about the game is that if you're low on ammo, you can go up to a squad mate for ammo. I like this mechanic because you don't have to ditch your weapons for the weapons that the enemies have. That's a problem I always had with other FPSs. I mean, what's the point in giving you default weapons when you're just going to pick up the enemy weapons just for the sake of ammo? Most of the level is rather uneventful until the very end, which is just literally aim at the diamonds. Just use the laser guided bombs and the Hellfire missiles and practically nothing else. And you'll be done, I guess. In level 3, you play as a new character named Douche. This level is kinda crappy. It's almost 3.5 minutes of the ATV, followed by a stealthy, sneaky, quiet, super secret part, which is followed by a long-ass exposition part, which I obviously give no shits about.
Not advisable. The reality has changed. Plus, Task Force Rebel is going in tonight. That general's 9,000 miles away. He's calling.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
He wants our guys on the ground. He needs to listen to the guys on the ground. It's find the bad guys, kill the bad guys. It doesn't work real well the other way around. Stall him.
Oh, thank God. Get on the ATV for almost 2 more minutes, snipe some dudes, more ATV shit for surprisingly just about 30 seconds. You tag trucks 3 times in a wannabe Metal Gear Solid section, and then
No! No, and then! No, and then!
more ATV for 2 more minutes. I'm dead serious, that's the entire fucking level. You're in the mountains of Shahikot Valley. Where the fuck is that? I don't know. I'm not gonna Google it because I'm lazy. Most of this level is just linear trash, except you have an enemy AC-130 above. Except it's not really an enemy AC-130, it's actually a friendly. But I had to use that meme.
Just saved your ass. Let's get back to work.
And you don't need to be an ass. Hole! After that, it's more linear shit, and at the end of the level, you'll just blow up some shit. For whatever reason, the beginning of this level has an unskippable cutscene. I don't know why this, of all things, is unskippable, and it's also one of the only 2 unskippable cutscenes in the entire game for some odd shit. Level 5 has you play as a new character again, an army ranger named Adams. Truth be told, I actually kinda like this level. I mean, I kinda have a soft spot for these kinds of, like, deserty, rocky, mountain types of levels. Because I'm just fucking weird like that. Only problem I have with this level is that it's quite hard to find the enemies as they blend into the backdrop so fucking well. And it also doesn't help with all this foggy sand dust shit out in the distance. About halfway you'll come across an MG nest that you have to take out with a JDAM or something. Which is quite excessive given that it's only one MG nest that's not even fortified. And, I mean, you can't just simply, like, go up to it and destroy it with the C4 stick or just take it apart or something.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Also, while editing this video, I went back to see what actually dropped. And it looks like the entire fucking jet just kamikazed itself. I told you this game's a gold mine. Final part of the level is a holdout against the winged hussars coming down the mountainside. Surprisingly, this part of the game is hard as it's easy for the enemies to flank and bum rush your ass. This entire section lasts for quite a while and gets boring rather quickly. Until the helipoppers come out of nowhere and have a deus ex machina. For all intents and purposes, this is practically the level that rips off that one AC-130 mission from Call of Duty 4, except you're in Apache. This game came out in 2010, so keep that in mind. It was right around the time when almost every single fucking first-person shooter under the goddamn sun had to have one of those obligatory AC-130 missions. And I mean every one. Level 7 is a shooty bang bang snipey mission. Mid-section of the level, your position gets compromised and you have to get to another bloody sniper spot. At this point, the game's enemies are Chechens rather than the Taliban, and this is kind of where I just lost focus of the entire story altogether, because God only knows what the fuck is going on here, and I just don't care, really. At the end, you do more snipey stuff and hunting them Chechens, and then the level ends. Truly remarkable level design, I guess. Level 7 is kind of one of my more favorite levels in the game. I mean, the way that I see it, level 8 is kind of like a shitty porn movie. You know, the beginning is long and drawn out and rather very uneventful. And then during the middle, they finally get to the good shit. You know, they start fucking and whatnot. And then it finishes with an amazing conclusion.
Conserve, but keep them at bay. I guess they didn't learn the first time. Target, kill us all! I got him at 12. These are full hunt. Below road near destroyed vehicle. Roger, we know it. On the way. Contact left.
This level plays similarly to level 3, where there's more of an emphasis on sneaky, stealthy shit. It picks up right around the end when you get spotted.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night, I can feel my leg, and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost. The comrades I've lost won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you? I'm gonna make them give back our past.
Level 10 also starts with an unskippable cutscene, for whatever reason. I just find it odd both level 5 and level 10 start with an unskippable cutscene for no explicable reason. Level 10, in my opinion, is kinda alright for it being the final level. It starts off with a gun that goes BRRR. Then you finally get introduced to an underbarrel grenade launcher for the first time. Too bad its default key is fucking left arrow. Seriously, fuck this shit. Who came up with that?
It's pretty fucking dark.
The cave section is also pretty difficult. Hordes of enemies spawn and you can hardly see fuck all with those goddamn flares blinding you. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Well, don't mind if I do. After the caves, the game opens up a bit, being on a mountainside. Please, can I have some more? Excuse me, sir, can I have a Slurpee? At the end, you kick a door down, you find your guys, and then... EA thought it was a good idea to Call of Duty-ize this reboot of a franchise, without realizing the fact that they already have a competitor. And before anyone says, no, Battlefield and Call of Duty are not all that much different from each other. If you want to talk about actually having differences, then maybe you should try comparing shit like Arma, Insurgency, or Hell Let Loose, and you'll realize that Battlefield and COD really are no much more different. Too bad EA did not learn from this mistake of a reboot, because the next game was even worse. It put the final nail in the coffin for the Medal of Honor franchise. They also released another competitor later down the line, Titanfall, but the dumbass retards at Electronic Assholes thought it would be a good idea to sandwich the release of Titanfall 2 between the next COD and Battlefield 1, and they kinda also fucked themselves with that too. That's EA for you. I give this game a galaxy brain meme out of 10.